Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cinema Chat in my car. My name's Todd. I'm a huge movie buff, and I love to talk about movies. So I figured a great place to do it is in my car right after coming out of the cinema and seeing them. That's what I'm doing today. Today, end of a Memorial Day weekend, and this huge Star Wars fan was excited for this movie today because it's The Mandalorian and Grogu. Let me preface this by saying a few things first. I am a huge Star Wars fan. If you can't tell in my back seat, Jawa, R2, Wicket, yeah, that tells you enough right there. But also, I'm an OG Star Wars fan. I was 7 years old when I saw the original one in the theater, and I have kept up with Star Wars ever since. Huge fan. So the original trilogy, big place in my heart. That's still number one of all time. Prequel trilogy came out. I wasn't sold when I first saw it, but over the years and revisiting it and looking at the depth of storyline that George Lucas created, all right, I like it a lot better now. Got to admit, I am not a huge fan of the Disney trilogy. Force Awakens came out, it was pure nostalgia. 100% I liked it. But then all of a sudden, second movie came out, and the third movie came out, and they were just a scattered mess in regards to the plot line and storyline, and yeah, just wasn't a fan. But Disney redeemed itself because they went to TV shows, or streaming shows as you want to call them now, between Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and Andor, and especially Mandalorian and Grogu, Boba Fett, they were all fantastic, and Mandalorian and Grogu is really up there. So I say that because even though I'm not a huge recent Star Wars movie fan, I've loved the shows. So when I heard they're hybriding or combining the two of them, making Mandalorian and Grogu a movie now, I was a little excited because, you know, it's been a while since we've seen them on any type of screen. So when it was coming to theaters, a little hesitant, a little excited. So now this is what we got. It was okay. I'm a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. It just plays out like a very grandiose, longer streaming episode. There wasn't a lot of extra storyline in regards to more to get to know about Mando, and especially more to get to know about Grogu and stuff like that. But it's a strong movie. I mean, it's worth seeing if you're a fan. So this is not going to be for everybody. If you're going in thinking it's going to be like the action-packed blockbuster, you know, of the past 10 years or whatever, because it's a Star Wars movie and it's on screen, you're going to be a little disappointed. The storyline is good, but it's more about Mando out there hunting people and getting bounties, and Grogu doing his cute little stuff and his little Jedi ways and stuff like that. So not a lot more than what we've seen on the small screen to begin with. Okay? So, but given how strong the TV show is, that's not really a negative comment. So if you like the TV show, you're going to like the movie. I thought it was a little long. The middle part of the movie, it dragged a lot. All of a sudden, you went to like this little swamp planet where it reminds you of Dagobah to a certain extent. And it just came to a crawl. I mean, and all of a sudden it picked back up at the end, and it was really worth it. Highlight of the movie, though, was a brand new character, Rada the Hutt, which I'm not giving any spoilers away because I don't do that on this thing. He's actually related to Jabba the Hutt, obviously. And it's really strong character. I mean, he's a Hutt like you've never seen before, both body shape and style and his mannerisms and everything else, but he's a likable character. So it's that I think is worth seeing the movie for, is really just that little arc, and I kind of hope they integrate his character into more of the streaming shows going forward. And then one thing I came to a very strong conclusion on is I was sitting there, especially in the middle, going, why is this just not grabbing me? Why are the action scenes not as intense? And stuff like that. And it has a lot to do with, I feel, the music. I come from the era, and even the prequels and the Disney sequels and stuff like that, John Williams drove these movies. His music was a character. You cannot watch a lightsaber battle without thinking of his theme. You cannot see Darth Vader walk on the screen without thinking of his theme. And just in general, the action scenes as a whole, even if you go back, oh my God, it's been almost 50 years to see the original Star Wars, all the action that happens, if you turn your sound off, it's not going to be the same movie. But John Williams' music is a character. This movie misses his music. He, not taking anything away from the composer who does the Mandalorian show and has now done the movie, but it's more of a slower paced tribalistic type music that they use in this, and I think that hurts the movie. I mean, it works well on TV, so to speak, but in a big movie theater on the big screen, I felt it slowed things down too much, and I really think the lack of just an iconic score like Star Wars had with John Williams is severely lacking in this movie. So that's another little strike against it. But again, the music, don't take anything away from the composer, because it is phenomenal. It's different, and for high action scenes, it just didn't quite fit. And when I mean high action scenes too, there is like essence of John Wick in here, but there's also callbacks to so much in Star Wars lore, from the AT-ATs to the game on the Millennium Falcon of Let the Wookiee Win. You're going to see a big fight scene that integrates that so gloriously. That was the one part I felt like I was 7 years old again in the theater. Okay? So, a lot of highlights, Rada, action scenes, the game. Mandalorian and Grogu in themselves don't do much different. But another highlight of this movie is a brand new character played by sci-fi royalty, if not the queen of sci-fi, Sigourney Weaver herself. And there's a little scene at the end, which I'm not going to give away, but as soon as you see her in this, you're like, boom! Okay, another check on the Geek Boy fan list, so to speak. So there's a lot of good about the movie, but there's not a lot of great. So I was a little disappointed. I was really hoping for a little bit more. But if you're a fan of the show, you're going to like this. If you're a fan of Star Wars, I think you're going to like this. But if you're an outside fan just thinking, oh, let me introduce myself to Star Wars through this is not Star Wars. I hate to say it. This movie is good, but it's not great. There's so many better flicks out there. And if you're not a fan of like the Skywalker saga and stuff like that, there's a lot of movies outside the timeline that you can go see, like Solo, and probably the best one that's been made in the past, 20 years is Rogue One. So give that a try, but also just revisit the first two trilogies and see them in order of 1 through 6, or 1 through, I'm sorry. No, you said that wrong. No. I'm sorry I even said that. You see them in the order of when they came out. Episode 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3. I should know better than that. I'm a huge proponent of that. What my mind was trying to think of is when they initially came out, 1 through 6. But no, you have to view them in episode 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Remember that. If you don't, you'll be in trouble by me. Okay. Anyway, if you watch those, you'll become a Star Wars fan. I will stop babbling now, and I will let you go on about your day, and I can actually drive home and finish some laundry. Fun times. But Mandalorian and Grogu, meh. I'd give it about a 75, 80% out of 100%. So, not bad. It's passing grade, but could have done better. So, hope everybody's doing fantastic. I'm hoping I can do a few more of these, because the summer movie season is officially open with this. A lot of interesting flicks coming down the pike, so hopefully you'll be seeing my little mug in the car on the screen coming up a little bit more in the near future. So until then, go to the movies, have fun, be well, stay safe. I'm Todd, in my car, Cinema Chat. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Wait.
Hey guys, it's me again. Just a supplemental video, only because I heard this in the theater a couple times. Let me just put it to you this way. If a person has a baby's born, but you don't quite have a name yet, usually on medical records, on documentation, even the staff will call it baby so-and-so. Like if I had a kid, hadn't named it yet, it'd be baby McGee until we have an official name. But once we have an official name, you don't call it baby McGee anymore. You call it by its name, right? That's how the world's worked forever. With this premise, stop calling it Baby Yoda. So many times in the theater, little Grogu came on the screen. Everyone's like, oh, Baby Yoda. No. The little one has a name now. It's Grogu. No longer Baby Yoda. Stop it. Please. Okay, thank you.